Hello. Yeah, I just had a half a cherry pie, and that was a mistake. I'm feeling like I took sleeping pills. Hello, Eddie. Hello, River. But we're here, no matter the sleeping pills. Yeah, that was the thing, probably. I hope it was. Hey, Control. You're welcome. I wonder. I'm doing great, thank you, man. I'm doing great. This day has vanished like no hour. Like I didn't even notice what happened today, and then it's already evening time to stream. And I was kind of surprised about that, but here we are. How are you, my man? I guess one really nice thing that I've done today is that I made some massive progress on commissions off stream. That was great. It was becoming much unfun with every season. Really? How so? How is it worse than it was before? I mean, I haven't attempted 13 yet. I've done like just like a couple of 12s, but both those 12s were done from the first try. Hey, Swishy. Hey, long time no see, Sunshine. How you doing? This keeps on routes. I think it's only Motherlode now. Like, what else? What else is Iki? I guess as a tank, perhaps, but like as a DPS, I just press W. Just follow the lead. I don't know, I was kind of like pumped to play, but this morning, or rather like before the stream, I was thinking maybe I should like play a little bit, just like a couple of keys or something. And then I just like thought, why? Like, just why would I do that? Like, I have so much art to do, right? And I kind of want to do that. And yeah, it feels like this time of the year is coming around where I'm like less excited to play, and I'm kind of moving into the art phase. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just this evening. Hey, cat. My first time doing a boss was last week. Oh, really? How did that go? I've been doing Mythic Pluses in its invention in Legion. I don't know, have I missed a single season since Legion? Yes, I have. I've missed season 2 and 3 of BFA. Oh, dude, that was some wild time in my life. I missed like a year of playing WoW, is what I remember. I did heavy start of BFA and the end of it too. And that was the only time I missed. So yeah, I've done all the M+. Should pretend that I'm sick so I can get off work. Hey dude, let's go. I used to do that all the time with school. Not much with work though, because they wouldn't really care. I remember one time I was genuinely sick and I called my boss. And she was like, you know, no, you're still going, bro. Because like if not you, there will be nobody else who can open the coffee shop today. And I'm like, you know what, that's kind of legit, you know, like I can, like, it would be shitty if I don't show up, so I just did. Ended up I wasn't that sick, you know, and that was quite fine. It was just a rough morning, so I don't know, man. Feels so much commitment the ones I usually play now doing 15, 14s, but they don't work which props to them they pump. What? They don't work which props? Oh, they don't work. That's why they. What the fuck is that? How can they not work? Like, I just don't get it. Like if you're an adult, like what are you doing if you're not working? I mean, yeah, like, if you have a job, like we're not talking about serious gaming here. Like even for myself, like I work from home. Like I cannot imagine myself playing more than like a couple of hours a day. Like it's just impossible. Right? Like what are we doing here? What are we pretending? Not be fan of the content? I don't know, like for me M+ is like to-go thing to play your character. You know, like if you got new gear, if you want to pump, if you want to press your buttons, you just go into M+. I feel like in the raid, it like depends so much on the boss encounter, right? Like what can your character do if like you get assigned to you like some kind of mechanic on the boss, right? It's like, you know, and the bosses are so different too, like, but in M+, it's kind of all like evened out. And you can just play. That's what I like about it. And of course, like the grinds, the rewards. It's kind of crazy though, like for myself, that I'm really motivated to play, and then just in a snap of a finger, like at one particular moment, all the magic, you know, like the kind of how the game hooks you up on like the reward system and like the, you know, like the reason why you enjoy it. It's like the reward and the chase of the reward, and kind of like it creates this idea of that having meaning in your life, and then at some point it just like vanishes to me. Like I really don't care anymore. Like okay, you know, it's just, why would I do that? Meanwhile, like, let's say 2 days ago, I was like, okay, how can I spend actually more time? Maybe I can do like less work and like in the morning and play a little bit more. And then it just vanishes. Like it just, this illusion just ceases to exist. So Outline gives Metal Gear Solid 1 vibe. I mean, it will look nothing like the final. Like, I'm just sketching out the pose and the vibe for the pose, pretty much like the body language, sorta. Like, it will not resemble the rendering I would go for. So that's kind of how I'm doing the outline. The next thing that I'll do is I'll fill in the rest of this silhouette, but I'll do it with another hue, rather another value. Just so I don't lose the little shapes I've created within the silhouette. No control. I mean, like very, very few times in like very small companies, so like I kind of don't count it. I mean, it was like one gaming company once. It's not like even a game, it was like a tabletop game. And then a book publisher once too. Like I only had a few opportunities to do any kind of contract work. I'm doing commissions most of the time though, so like that's also fine. Should feel right in Blizzard? I mean, that would be great. Maybe in a couple of years, who knows? To be honest, I'm not really doing anything to get there, you know, like I'm not applying, I'm not like networking, I'm not doing anything. I'm just doing kind of Warcraft art. I'm doing it on my own. We'll see where it get us, you know? And then we have a third layer with her cape. Let's work on the cape shape. Normal job? I mean, bro, that's my normal job. What I'm doing right now, it's pretty much how I'm making my living. Doing commissions of personal characters. And what I want to do this time, I want to start with the background color. Yeah, I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. It's incredible. Should I have done it in reverse? Red being here, and the orange being here. I'm thinking through properly. Sugar helps, yeah. Alright, let's get into some local colors. Let's merge this. Let's fill in the reds first. This card really have quite a lot of dark red color. I guess this would do well. You drink water than I do? Oh dear. I'm kind of thirsty right now. Get ready for some water consumption. I find that sweets actually make me almost like as thirsty as salty foods. I really love sparkling water. Like I don't know if you have a really good mineral sparkling water around you, like it's perfect. Like it's just such a tasty thing. I used to hate it too, but then I found like this one that is like it's kind of perfect in like how sparkling and how salty it is. Like so refreshing. And then she would have some golden parts, which are kind of like bronze. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not even gold. It's like this kind of pale bronze metal. Quickly throw it around. Panda drawing? Yep, indeed. That's a panda drawing that I was talking about tomorrow. So I technically haven't even opened the new stream commission season, but I already had one person reaching out, so kind of just put them in front of the line and we start working. I guess the rest is kind of grayish. It just frees your froggies, dude. That's what it does. Pretty self-explanatory. Just letting go of them. No need to hoard on your froggies. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Eden. How you though? I'm doing great, Swishy, thank you. I had a pretty good day today. Didn't train today, just took it off. It's a day off today. Recovery day. I had a pizza, I had a half of the leftover cherry pie. I mean, I've had a lot of junk today, so yeah. I'm not doing anything that good in that regard, but everything else doing pretty good. I made fluffy pancakes today. Nice. Dude, I used to make pancakes all the time too, and eat them with condensed milk. That was my jam. It's incredibly cheap too, like how cheap they are, it's actually incredible. Just like baking soda, flour, and sugar, and you have it, and it's pretty good too, if you bake it fresh. Can I ask for a minor adjustment? Yes, of course. No one wanted to eat because also died and had sugar topping. The overcoat to be untackled from the belt and flow freely. Let me think about it. Overcoat should be untucked from the belt and flow freely. But she would still have the parts on top of it, right? The leggings. Below the coat. Yeah, I'm talking about these. Alright, it's good that you said it early. Because then they're probably not gonna see them then. That introduces something else to our piece. Yeah, it's good that you mentioned it right now. on the cold over here. So I hope, Eddie, I hope you're able to see the pose that I'm going for here. Kind of this like one arm down, like really tired, like walking towards something. Love the pose. Awesome, awesome. That's good. That's the main part. You know, to me, like any adjustments when it comes to like anything really in the piece is like whatever except the pose. The pose is like what's the most important. I love the armor though. I love how bulky it is. Show your panda commission. Do you think do you think Eddie will be able to guess that it was a panda, based on the pieces that I've done for you? Because they ain't vibing like a panda. So this one was the first one I did over a year ago, and this one is the second one. Probably not, yeah. Probably not that much of a panda vibe here. I have my favorite panda piece that I've done last year. Where is it? Oh yeah, hold on. It's this one. This one's my favorite panda. Look how small it is, look how cute it is. Ew. Small teen panda. Ethereal and orc, damn. Yeah, this one definitely doesn't look like I mean it's the set, right? Like the tier set is kinda has this like head. No wonder you were just afraid that I would just like completely smurf on all your DPS guys. Like you would know that would be just like the bottom of the DPS meter. You felt bad for them. Actually, unironically, I haven't done a key like maybe in like the last 10 keys where I wasn't like first on overall. If you can get better, how do you approach it? Like getting out of the cycle, being repetitive, trying to things challenging yourself. I mean, Switch, I'm doing it all the time. And honestly, like I think the more like experience in art you get, like the easier it is for you to make improvements. Like it's easier for you to make adjustments, and it's just like it's easier for you to change what you do, but it's just like not everything what you change is like gonna be an improvement. So you kind of pick and choose between like what kind of like improvement you want, like in what direction you want to go. I'm always thinking about it. Like, to be honest, I'm nowhere near the level where I wouldn't be thinking about improvement. What's best? I don't know, guys. I don't like the Horde. Back when I was playing Shaman, like in Dragonflight, I actually decided to race change it to Vulpira, and I really loved the Vulpiras, but I just didn't want to play the Horde. Like, I just kind of... it was just terrible. I don't know, like, one time it ported me to Ogrimmar, I was like, okay, that I'm not playing that. Horde bad, yeah, exactly. Like, it just doesn't look like it's civilization. Just like ancient tribes of prehistorical people screaming at each other. What is that? Where's my technology? Where's my iPhone? Hello, Mel. Hey, Magdir. You're welcome. It is... So it was a little bit of a clickbait. It's first commission out of this season. Hey, Dustpan. So I just finished a season of 37 commissions and starting a new one today. The cloak gonna be actually pretty dark. Hello, Diana. Yo, thank you for the raid, Sunshine. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to the stream. I'm just starting out on a new character commission. It is a panda warrior. Guess I can show you the last piece that I've done. The one that I finished yesterday was this artwork. And before that, I was actually, for this piece, I was inspired by my own previous art, which was this one. So these are my two last ones. I'm particularly happy with this one. This one was pretty good. How long did this one take? I remember doing something extra on it, but just a little bit. Oh yeah, this is just 7 hours. Did one extra. Yeah, but now we're painting a panda. Now we're painting. I'm on just like a war zone, like a bloodbath in the background there. Yeah, Diana, what do you paint today? I'm just thinking, like, what should we do color-wise? I'm maybe thinking even like two light sources. Maybe one would be kind of like orangey from this side, and the other cool one. Sort of like this from this angle, and then it would be, let's make it on the same layer. A little bit of this from this side. Actually, I don't remember the last time I've done this. It's kind of like dual lighting setup, especially deliberately. We're gonna bigger painting, second stream on it, but also the talking I'm doing there. Bigger painting, nice. How is your bigger painting going? I guess I can share my big painting too. I was working on it the whole morning today, and it's almost done. There is this one. I mean, I kind of wouldn't say it's almost done. I would say 1 to 2 mornings more on it. Just like kind of fleshing out the details and everything. I don't feel like it like grabs you, honestly. It's like nice, but I don't just like, I'm trying to work on this feel where you see the big piece and you feel like it's kind of like the atmosphere there, and I just don't see it yet. I feel like it's about this like torch in the foreground, just kind of like making it separate from the rest of the piece or something. But this one's kind of challenging. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of new to painting these. Like, every time I get to paint it, I just like procrastinate it and just like render this kind of stuff. Because this is like fun. This is easy for me. But then like the reality is like the ambience is made elsewhere. The contrast dragging, not even that. Like, I don't mind like your attention going anywhere, to be honest. Like, your attention will be captured by this thing, and then your attention will wander off. Like, oh, there's a character, and the last thing you'll probably notice is the other guys walking there. But you'll be captured to this, like, no matter what I do. It's just, it's not that. It's kind of like, I don't know, more warm lighting somewhere. No, not that. Hey, Kath. Yep, but I'll do it. I'm just so used to doing like character pieces, it's crazy. It's so much like more challenging to paint anything else but just like a single character. You know, but I love it. Like, I think once I get to do people's player housing commissions, once it comes out, and wow, like, I'll be in such a good place with more practice with it. Hello, Leo. Yeah, thank you for the raid, friend. Welcome, welcome. I'm working on a Panda Warrior commission. What have you been up to? Let me check your piece, Diana. Oh shit. Hey, nice. You have some crazy foreshortening going there. But imagine, good work, good work. I would imagine this is also hard to balance, especially the perspective, because of all the foreshortening too. Gotta sell a lot of commissions. Thank you. Yeah, I'm announcing the opening for my new stream commission season tomorrow. I don't know how many people gonna sign up. Well, this is technically the first one of this season, but I'm hoping for... Well, last time it was 37, so like, what if we go to 40? That would be insane. That would be really good. I'm actually feeling like doing this. Just darkening her a bit more besides the light area. Maybe even a little bit more of the orange light. So Leo, what have you been working on? How did your stream go? Right, would this be readable? I feel like it would. Yeah, I feel like this would be alright. Hello, Michael. You're welcome. God of Earth for my world building project. God of Earth. Hey, nice. So how did he ended up looking? I feel like I'm fine with this lighting. Merge selected layers. I'm doing great. Great, Michael. Thank you. My week was incredible. I've had a good time. Streaming for the most part. Oh, damn, nice. Interesting design. With 4 legs too. We beaten and bloodied as well. Oh, yeah. For sure, Eddie. That's kinda... Like, at first I'm establishing this feel with just the pose and, like, everything else, but yeah, of course. You know, beating up, like, the torn apart fabric of the cloak and, you know, like, everything. Blood him up, yeah, it's... I'm yet to even do, like, a little bit of a cleanup here. Just kind of, like, laying down the basics before I get into details. Yeah, no worries. Flattering on a layer by any chance? It was, now it's merged. I did it on color dodge layer, now I just merged it. That's kind of how I always do it. What have you been up to, Michael? I missed a couple of days of the last week, but I've primarily been kind of back to streaming every day, and it's been great. Felt incredible. It's Honestly, if you can maintain the consistency, it is just like so rewarding mentally. I guess it's like with everything, right? Like if something is hard but you're actually managing to do it all the time, like it's like mentally rewarding. Yeah, the grind. Well, like I said, isn't that right? Isn't that true to an extent? Also, I didn't say did you what did you quote me on? Didn't say that it will become fun. Like I said, it would be rewarding. No, Melee, I wear the same stuff as I wear this time. Wear a white shirt and a tie, of course. Yeah, of course, I'm wearing it all the time. Why wouldn't I? So what do you think? I would do something on the stream just like, just for the sake of the stream? Like, that would be just so hypocritical. Yeah, probably should wear it to the gym too, so people know that I'm serious there too. So they finally treat me with respect. Hey, Horny. Yo, welcome. I can trust you? Oh, yeah. No doubt. A little bit wrong. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I was thinking, what can I do with the in the sky there? Can I just look up battlefield sky? Actually, that sounded like I wasn't mentioning. Oh, that's kind of nice. Just looking for some colors there. It's a very nice vibe. Just found like one image that is kind of like giga low quality, but just like with the silhouettes kind of just shows everything. It actually is pretty absent of colors. It has just like smoke coming out of the ground. And then just like orange. I'm kind of not entirely sure for the colors, because on the reference that I really like here, it's just, as I said, it's like pretty much black and orange, like no other hues. But it's kind of not my style, this like very graphic implementation. I'm definitely gonna do some more hues. I'm just thinking of which ones. Yeah, you can just call me Eric, that's fine. Hey, Minus. Hair grew so much, yeah, it keeps growing. Yeah, like, I don't know what to do, it keeps growing. I feel like it's getting out of control. I mean, it's up to the end of my neck already, like almost up to my shoulders. It's going down. They have more and more of hair every single day. Can you actually cut it off and like sell it? Does anybody buy like human hair? I guess male human hair will be like difficult to come by. Donate hair. Are there any balding, desperate individuals that need some hair? Paintings with human hair in it? Oh no. Yeah, that would be... That sounds like a little horror-like. Let me do dark hair first, and then I'll figure out the lighting. Everyone's balding? So for wigs and other stuff, or made for cancer patient and other people. Why would a cancer patient need my hair? I feel like that's the last thing that they need. Imagine like, dude, imagine like donating your hair and then like next day you like walking and see literally somebody with your hair. That's kind of strange. We ever thought about making a comic? Not really. Like I thought about it, but not in a serious way. Right, Diana? Have a nice meal. I feel like we're actually up to a pretty good start here on this art. That's a good sign. First hour and like how far I get in the first hour is very, very important for the overall outcome. Yeah, I'm feeling great about it so far. Very, very good start. Solid. Yeah, but you can see it's just is just the beginning. Like everything is super rough. Like for example, look at the hand, right? That's not a hand. There's nothing there currently. It's still a lot of work to do. Thank you guys. You could, but would you? Ugh. I guess that's right. Let me go for a break. For a break to get myself some tea or something. Get back. Ah. All right. Was I away for 10 minutes? Holy shit, yeah, I'm sorry. Just had to go like wash my face to not feel as sleepy. It's kind of insane. Yeah, the pie before the stream was never a good idea. Not in any world. Hello, hello. Yo, welcome. Oh, don't eat half of a whole cherry pie before doing your streams. Learn from my mistakes. Hey, Patello, hello, hello. I'm sorry, dude, I'm sorry. I was trying to collect myself. Oh, Flanzen? Yeah, of course. Character, the background, and also the cape are on the separate layers too. Those are the 3 layers that I have. Thank you for the sub, for the Prime, Minus. You appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. Thank you, thank you. That will go to finding my next cherry pie. Tea delivery. Yeah, free all the progress that you have. Tea and the case, yeah. Look at this treatment, dude. Right, maybe it is time for some blood. So what is it gonna be in this piece? So definitely a lot of it in the background. Yes, Xeren, yeah. What's this? Oh, that's part of the soundtrack. Holy shit. For the character, definitely the sword. Sword's gonna be full of blood. Feet, legs. Just normal blood placement. Actually, hands would be very nice too. And yeah, the face as well. The face, I guess we would do like this splash. Ooh, realistically, the fur would be soaked in blood as well. If anything, like that would be probably the thing that would be the most bloody is the fur part. With book cover vibes, dude, I would love to paint more book covers. You know, for the big payment too. Last time I did it, they paid me like 1,000 per one cover, and they ordered 2 covers. So like, just $2,000 for 2 artworks. I was like, give me. Yes, please. I would love to paint more, especially in some like more dark fantasy vibe. Oh my god, like a battlefield with like gore, like Warhammer stuff. Like, dude, I would have loved to paint it. I discovered I'm pansexual while playing Elden Ring. What is pansexual? Oh, pansexual is like you like you love everything, like everybody. Is that what I mean? Like Iron pansexual? Not really familiar with the terms. I watched a video recently on poly polyamorous, you know what I mean, like relationships, and it's wild. I could never. It's like the craziest shit that people sign up to. Pansexual means they see no gender. Oh. Hmm. Nice. And you discovered that you're playing Elden Ring, damn. So what does it say about the game? Does it make it a positive or a negative impact? Hmm. Oh, damn. Now you're a frog too, Xerin. Take it, boy. Yeah, thank you for the gifted sub, Minus. Hey, that is very nice of you. Thank you, thank you. Bro fell in love with one of the monsters. Hmm. Maybe it was a girl. You never really know. Why my mod not subbed? Not only that, but I also own him $25. Just there is something going on with my mods. Wait, you cannot... You don't have like a Visa card? Xaden? In India? What the hell? I mean, it's kind of the same with Russia, but like, damn. What did India do then? I don't have it because I have no need. I have normal domestic payment one. Okay, so it's so it's so it's you who's at fault here. Right, bro. Nice. And you were talking shit about your country. No, very nice of you, man. No, very nice. Maybe because of that, your message, I decided not to go to India. I would never find my love there. Think about it, man. You can ruin somebody's life with that. What should I eat for lunch? Have ground beef and rice. And like ground beef with mushroom and tomato sauce. And rice with butter. That's my anabolic artist meal. Literally what I eat every single day. Owakodon. Japanese chicken and egg on rice. That sounds delicious, honestly. I'll have that too. That sounds even better than my anabolic artist meal. Not gonna lie, my anabolic artist meal doesn't hold a lot of points for taste. That's, that's for sure. Actually, Peach, why you on Twitch now instead of YouTube? Like, I don't mind it. It's perfectly cool with me. Just wondering. Peach has been watching on YouTube for a while. Trying to use it to Twitch. Oh, I see. Well, I appreciate you tuning into my stream. To be honest, I don't even know how streaming on YouTube works. Like, I don't even see the discovery section there. I only get recommended, like, YouTube streams of people who I follow for their videos. And that's what I imagine, like, the best thing I can do for my stream is pretty much to do more, like, videos on YouTube. YouTube video player and Twitch chat and combine it? YouTube video player and Twitch chat and combine it? Oh, you mean like a streaming service like that? Hmm. Like those? Thank you. Actually, you know what I came up with recently? So I have like a full blackout on like my both arms. Like it goes up to my shoulder pretty much, this all black. And I just wanted to do like a white on black tattoo. It's not like as bright as like having, you know, dark tattoo in your skin. So it will definitely be like a little quite pale. But it's also pretty unique too. It's interesting. Yeah, because like it's those kind of tattoos like actually very like little people have. You often get your tattoos touched up. Uh, I mean all of mine are recent, like they're less than 2 years. So like I'm not even done with doing them like the first round. To be honest, I haven't seen that in person either. Mine fades so fast. Oh really? A lot of red and black. Well, what actually do you mean by fading? Like, just like they lose the brightness? When you realize why would anyone they literally fade as tattoos do? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't experienced that yet, but like I have very like little tattoos and they're all fairly recent, so I'm pretty sure I will encounter that at some point. I would be kind of, dude, I'll be probably lazy going and doing the touch-ups. It's like to me, like even finishing a tattoo is kind of like not exciting, so it's like you go there and it's like so much harder to tolerate pain whenever you don't have the excitement of getting something new, and it's just like, yeah, getting stuff touched up is probably not fun. You're suffering, but you're not getting the excitement of a new tattoo, so it's kind of sounds like shit. Do you have a lot, Eddie? Some people, because it's expensive, use their fadings as kind of a symbol of age. Yeah, like I feel like if they like if they fade away like simultaneously, that it like doesn't destroy like whatever has been drawn there. I feel like it's fine. It's natural. Five, nice. The two tour on Patreon? Dude, you don't even follow me on Patreon. Why are you giving me suggestions on what you do there? I mean, I wouldn't mind. People probably wouldn't care though. Like, I'm trying to keep it like kind of art related. How about for you? Like, do you think it's gonna be like anybody would care about it? It was nice for me because the stream scale is smaller. Twitch takes up the whole screen. I feel like you have like on Twitch you have the thing that is like theater mode and like not a theater mode. I usually have not theater mode. But I see what you mean, yeah, like it takes up more of the screen. What do you do with the rest of the screen though? Like let's say you have like half of it taken and like what do you do with the rest? Speaking about the Patreon, we're doing critiques today too. We got another critique for Cat in their Dragon Commission. I chickened out of it yesterday, and today we gotta pay the price. Oh, you have one mortar piece, and you do half of it for the stream. Oh, that's interesting. Each commercial so long? Oh, shit. Sorry for that. It just runs it on its own, like I'm never plugging the commercial myself. Good night, Artin. Have a good one. What are you thinking? What do you mean, like, about the artwork? Yeah, I mean, it's going great. Just rendering, you know. This is the stage where I'm like doing cleanups and just like kind of working on what I've managed to establish so far. Yeah, like just moving along, you know. What do you think though? How are you feeling about the progress? I feel like the background is definitely like the background doesn't bother me. It kind of comes together with the character very nicely. The character is still like nothing really bothers me currently. I just know that it's just pretty much more rendering, more work, and it's gonna look good. Rendering is my favorite sometimes. The first rendering, like this part of the rendering is my favorite one. Once it comes to like the very fine details, it's a little less enjoyable. However, I've managed to, to kind of enjoy that more and more with time. So like, maybe at some point the deep fine rendering will become my favorite part of the piece. It just the downside of it is it's just there's too much of it, you know. Like you kind of do that for like 70% of the artwork. Of something high, especially of the pose, the way you made use of light source. Yeah, very nice area. I'm really glad you like it so far. I feel like with progress, just like rendering gonna like shine more and the contrast gonna build up. But pretty much you can kind of see where this is going already, and that's a really good. Like if we have usually as I have like pieces, if and you can see where they're going in the first stream, or especially in the first half of the first stream, that's already such a good sign. Because like these quick commissions, you guys say like how quick I work, but sometimes I start a quick piece like that, and it doesn't even like it doesn't come together within the first couple of hours. Then it's like, I still might like save it later, but it's gonna be less. It's gonna be like less rendering, less details, less interesting parts and colors, just because I had like to work so much to even like save it to make it even work. And if it works right away, then it's like great. It's incredible. It means that it's only gonna get better from here. Oh, this music's kind of vibes. Never listened to this. It's from Mechagon. Delvin? Hey, nice. Yeah, I haven't done anything this week besides just like check my vault. Which was great, but now I don't know. Maybe I should log in after the stream and do some M plus or something. It should definitely be darker is the cape. That's what I'm thinking. Hello, Lemon. Yo, welcome. A mini player, damn. I don't think I've ever watched stream on a mini player. Desperate measures. Hello, how's your hair? You doing better? You have a pure ref on another monitor, Lemon. Damn, that's strange. I have pure ref literally next to my painting, like on the same screen. The first time I bought an additional monitor recently because I was sick of having little screen space. Nice, nice. I don't know, having two monitors is vital. Like, I don't know how people do about it. Alive and happy? Nice. Nice, Hole. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm doing really good as well. Experience is already too much. Are you saying already too much? Like we're talking about buying a third one. So you don't like having even two? Is what I'm getting? I can kind of see that, to be honest. Like I've been feeling this like overstimulation, and honestly, if I was to do it right, I wouldn't even need the second monitor. You know, just like have one monitor. Just look at your painting. Like, well, why do you need to look elsewhere? It's kind of what I'm thinking to myself. We have a third one even. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, maybe for streaming, you will have free ones. I don't even know why, honestly speaking. Like, I've heard people have free ones for streaming. Like, for video editing. Like, what do you need multiple monitors for video editing for? I don't get it. Tasted the pleasure of additional screen. I mean, you just keep using it now. That sounds like an obvious outcome. And I feel like you'll be fine. Use it vertically to read chat. Oh. I have chat like literally next to my painting as well, just so it's like, you know, where pretty much on your screen where the frog is, on my screen there's the chat. Just so like I don't have to turn my head to read the chat, so it's like seamless. Seamless transition from the chat to from the painting to the chat. Yeah, actually, Lemon, yeah, I do. Like, my YouTube is open on my second monitor along with the OBS. So I can see my stream going and then YouTube chat too. That's how I have it set up. All the monitor is just huge. Yeah, it's actually taking a while to get used to. I have like a 27-inch monitor and then 22-inch monitor. Like 27 one was definitely like it felt like it was too big. But then after a while you get used to it. Like actually you get used to it even a day. Have you seen stuff about a guy who was selling traced art on convention? Oh shit, no I have not. What is that? That sounds interesting. Give me. Selling traced art on a convention? Did he go by Rose Draws by any chance? Someone sort of maybe posted AI art and said, finally done, this piece took me for good one. Alright, what is this? My art was spotted being sold a print as a convention. Left is my version, right is theirs. Damn. He's like taking photos too. Wait, is that the guy on the right? Who's stealing it? God damn. Oh yeah. Some old goober. What the hell? Damn, that's kind of crazy. Just imagine doing it. Like, I wouldn't have the balls to like steal something and blatantly go out and like resell it. Like, what if you get caught? It's like your whole, like, you'll not be able to do this again. It is over after this done. Like after you get caught forever. Yeah, like especially with the internet. Like if it was medieval age, maybe, maybe. But especially people who go to conventions, it's like they're kind of into art. Damn, it's such a stupid decision, honestly. Dude, I would love to go to an art convention one day. To 30 different art styles. Yeah. God damn. Looks like a goddamn clown. Cancelled. Damn, there are people investigating his like persona and stuff. Wow. Oh damn. There was a guy who messaged me yesterday and they asked me about a World of Warcraft loading screen. And it seems like they want to commission me 2 loading screens for Eastern Kingdoms and for Kalimdor. Oh my god, dude. If they gonna follow through and commission me 2 environments of Eastern Kingdom and Kalimdor, oh my, like, that would be like the dream, honestly. I mean, I love every single commission that honestly, it's kind of crazy that every single piece that people commission is like that just stops the previous one. Like how interesting and how much I love working on it. Hello, Dudu. I'm gonna go to the next convention and then notify people who were got in charge and he got cancelled. I scrolled scroll to the bottom and somebody said that he stole someone else's identity from like elsewhere too. Sounds like Blizzard. No, that ain't Blizzard. Hell yeah, Eddie. Well, I'm always up for like the quick commissions, like 100%, like always open. For big illustrations, sometimes like I close them if it gets too out of control. But actually, I want to like see how much out of control I can handle. Because currently I have 5 ongoing commissions. I was meant to start a 6th one, and I also have a personal artwork that I'm also doing. So like 7 pieces. If that person is gonna commission 2 more, it's gonna be 9. Like, to be honest, I want to like put myself into that situation to see how I get out of it. 9 commissions ongoing. Besides like the, perhaps 30 plus of like quick commissions. That's gonna be interesting, like that's gonna be an adventure. I mean, it's just like you just do them one by one. You cannot work on 9 of them at the same time. So the way I deal with it is like in the evening on my stream I do quick commissions, so that's kind of coward. I'll do them one by one like this. The big illustrations I do like one at a time. So like I wake up and I work on one of them for like 1 to 2 mornings. Maybe during the day too if I'm free. And then, if it's kind of like if I made some good progress, like usually two days is enough to make at least significant amount of progress. Then I message the client, like do the update. And then as they're giving feedback and stuff like that, I'm working on another one. And I just go like one by one through them, like updating, like progressing on all of them kind of at the same time. So people don't feel left out, and also I progress on all of them. I feel like at some point there comes like a moment where I should really just focus on one and really finish it up. Like that's the Beldar piece that I showed you. Like I really need to just attack that one for a while until it's over. Cannot keep up with this grind. To be honest, Peach, it's actually not a lot. Like it is what, like 3 hours of the stream, and then 3-4 hours of the painting outside of the stream. Like it's not a lot. It's just a matter of I guess being efficient with art. Who had the emote commission, really? Damn. It matters that you draw slow? Yeah. I mean, I've been there too. I've been way less efficient with drawing. I remember what it's like. Honestly, I still feel slow when it comes to big illustrations. Like, I'm kind of taking my time with all the decisions there. The reason why these pieces are so fast is pretty much because I don't, like, second guess anything. Like, I choose a pose and I go for the pose. Like, I think about the background, I go for the background. With big illustrations, you gotta think through everything, like... I wish you knew, like, how many, like, different things they do. Okay, I can actually show you, what? Let me prove my words to you. So let's open this up. And let me show you the time lapse, because that's gonna be interesting. So you have the thumbnails, right? And then I start working on this. And it's going first. And first you can see how I wanted to go, like with the very, very purple bright sky. The environment was a little bit different. I started editing it, adding more contrast, and then I kind of discovered that the sky is like, I didn't like it, so I pretty much deleted all the clouds there and just went for the dark one. And then I even, like rearranged everything a lot. So you can see, a lot of things, like, yeah, like, look at the left corner. Did, like, so much iteration. And went into this. It's still kind of progressing on all the rendering. Just like the last patch of, like, all the blue really, like, kind of added a lot to this piece. So it's like a lot. Okay, how many hours was this, actually? At least so far. 38 hours so far. Not that bad. 38. I was thinking 1 to 2 more mornings. So it's gonna be pretty much like 45 or something. Yeah, dude, I like the clouds a lot too. It's just it was the issue that the clouds were very noisy, like very like heavy on contrast, and like the shapes are kind of very dynamic, and it was taking away from the city itself, from all the buildings too, because there was no space of rest pretty much for your eyes. So I decided for it to be like, okay, the city will be contrasty, but at least the sky will be just this like darkness. And then as I tried it out, I kind of felt in love with the vibe of it, because you know, this darkness, like this silence of like this, you know, really dreading darkness is kind of like the feel that I want to really portray with this environment, with that piece. Yeah, they kind of took away from the crystal too, that is right. You rendered the crystal too well. I'm gonna do even more, dude. The crystal is the place where I procrastinate whenever I don't want to do like rendering on other parts where I know where I don't know as well how to do it. I don't know if you guys have that, but like sometimes if I don't know how to progress, I would just procrastinate while rendering something. Same, yeah. I mean, it's kind of bad, like, if you do that non-stop, but at the same time, I feel like if you're at a point where you still do art while procrastinating, that's a pretty good point. Like, that's a pretty good place to be in. Unless you just closing Clip Studio and opening World of Warcraft, I feel like you're doing well. As long as we Artin. Torino por abaixo Beltar in my portrait. Yeah, Cat, that was a little lazy, gonna tell you that. Especially that it doesn't really take much to actually paint it. Like, it might say look complicated, but as long as you do like the crystal shape and like some texture there, it will look believable. The commission with crystal though, concept art for it was so good. We'll do something with the crystal concept was so good that it makes thumbnails with like stairs, door inside crystal. Dude, they're 100% doing something with the crystal. Like, I cannot imagine like us just, you know, oh, let's move on. New expansion, Ligma Isles, and like we're really doing something else, and the Beldar is just forgotten. No way. However, you know, like actually just saying that out loud now, I can actually imagine it. And then to build just like the Sargeras sword stuck there. Just like nobody remembers it. I mean, they're kind of teasing a lot with it though, so like it's probably gonna end up somewhere. By the way, Sunshines, for those of you who play WoW, like, what would you say about the like Warwing story so far? I feel like we kind of talked about it a little bit on my stream before, but just in general, like, do you like the story and the narrative? I kind of feel like I like the story and what they're telling, but I hate Zalta. Like, I used to think that I like her as a villain. I feel like she kind of sucks as a villain. I feel like she's not interesting at all. She's not creepy. Like, I like her in that one like cinematic with Nerubians. She was kind of interesting there. But anywhere, like, I just look at her model, like, the feet that they're pointing out to, like, dude, this is, like, the lamest shit ever. The fact that she's levitating is also kind of dumb. Like, I don't know, just kind of the vibes for me are not there. I don't know, I would be more interested in some kind of, you know, Lovecraftian horror. Like, again, an old god, but, like, even creepier. Like, go even crazier with, like, the madness thing. Or, like, the Emperor of Light with some kind of Warhammer vibe. Where the guy just wants to, like, conquer everything and, like, kill fucking everybody. Like, some kind of stuff, you know? 5 times better than Dragonlance or Shadowlands? Dragonlance. You actually said Dragonlance, dude. Should the high standard, no high standard, but still big improvement. Yeah, I agree, it's better. I just like the story. I like story way more, and way cozier too. I just don't like her. Should not be like Deathwing just blasting shit. Deathwing at least looked cool. I feel like the concept art for her looks kind of nice, but the way she looks in game and the way she like talks and interacts, like I just rewatched all the cinematics of her with Galivix, dude, she's just like another Ashara slash Sylvanas character, like pretty much like acting the same way, being just a mad woman who's like who has some strength for some reason we don't know, and she's doing something we don't know either. Like, can we stop with that vibe already? You know, do you see where I'm coming from? Without Dark Heart, she's not that strong. Where did you take that? Like, has that been said anywhere? I thought she was powerful on her own too. Hey, Under. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Getting closer to 2K Mythic rating? Hey, let's go, man. Let's go. Pumping. What did you get from the vault, bro? Anything exciting? Wait, I don't remember. The vault was yesterday, wasn't it? Maybe you told me already. Oh, you said you didn't open it or something? That you didn't care about it? For some reason I thought that the vault day was today. Sorry. Yeah, we're painting a panda today. Panda fighting for its life. Did get an upgrade for my gloves. It was only here though. I mean, still something. I need to push the 3K. And I'm not that close. I got a couple of 12s done, and I feel like you need all 13s or something. But I feel like now I'll just pack 12s and then all 13s. It's like 13s. It's like a kinda like a steady progression. So like it's nice that I have something to work on there. Meanwhile, trying to pug heroic raid. I mean, it's not that far from like +8 to +10s, and then you're already doing the the myth track for the vault stuff. So I'm rendering my Scarlet piece. What do you think that is that you're struggling with? Like, what is it about the rendering? Cat. Cat in the RL channel. Just sitting there. Metallic feel of the armor. Just make it more contrasty, dude. Just like have the highlight be next to like the darkest shadow. You know, that's kind of the easiest way I can explain it. Or I guess the only way maybe I can explain it. But kind of even want to push this bit into. You using any references under? If you're using like a photo reference of like a realistic armor, abandon that. Use somebody else's art. And try to learn from art rather than from photo references. That's a big issue, trying to learn from photo references. They're too tough. They're too tough to digest. Oh, Xeogrim? Yo, thank you. Appreciate you saying that. We just started this one 2 hours ago. In the progress, trying to get some rendering in. Yeah, I see, man. The helm is also like a quite a tough shape too. Anything that is like curved, like this big, like it's okay. Like this kind of metal things that I'm rendering, they're kind of fine because they're thin. But the helmet like seems like it's a big one and it's curved too, so it's like hard to predict what it's doing. Should maybe some orange. Hmm. I mean, definitely should be orange. Everything's like bright here. Yeah, but take your time and like learn it, bro. The best approach to have to things like that, if you don't know how to do it, is not to do it this time around, but like learn how to do that. You know, it's like studying something not to learn it, but to be able to teach other people how to do it. You see the difference? It takes more in-depth understanding to be able to teach others, but like in doing it this way, you'll make sure that you actually have like the perfect understanding yourself too. And the way I'm thinking about it is like, how do I develop a method that I can use like reliably next time? You know, not like I'll paint it once and then I'll not be able to paint it again. Like, how do I paint it every single time like that? For example, with the Beldar, with the crystal painting that I showed you guys earlier, I'm thinking like, okay, how do I create this like atmospheric feel for a piece like this? Because like I don't know, and like every time I apply something, I'm thinking, okay, this is like I'm doing this. Does this help? Does this work? Okay, it doesn't. Like, okay, what do I do next then? Like, what else can work? It's pretty draining though. but like it's difficult. But at the same time, it's if you actually do that, oh, you've learned it. Then the next time you have to paint metal, you'll do it easily. Or changing my workflow because I forget how I did something, it doesn't work for whatever piece I'm making at the same time. Yeah, I can definitely see that. You need to establish like a very, very reliable workflow, which you pretty much just copy yourself all the time. Like you actually have to have such a, the process that will look absolutely the same. The variable would be just like the character, like whatever you're painting, but approach is the same. I don't even know if there's like anything you can do about it though. Like maybe just like giving yourself time, um, hey, just getting more experience in this thing. With like different approaches and then figuring out which one you like the most. If sunlight is direct towards his side, we can see. When I add less highlights and more shadows on the side, we do see. I don't know. Oh, it's a big, big ponytail. Okay, got it. Just wondering what the haircut was. So it is this into ponytail. I believe I got to tell you. Um, what is it? That I should wash my hair? Maybe. Maybe in the following week. Look beautiful today. Thank you, sunshine. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the hair is doing fine. In fact, it could use a little oil, a little bit of oiling up. Devil May Cry yet? No, I haven't. That's a game though, no? I don't really know much about it. I know that there is a cool song that they have from Devil May Cry. I love it. Pull the Trigger or something. There is an anime now. Oh no, is it good? I have never played the game. Just saying. Like I have zero knowledge about it. Netflix show, damn, dude. How come everything has a Netflix show but World of Warcraft, huh? No, it's not good. The song's banger though. Pacing's a little fast. Pacing's a little fast. I mean, unless it's like a golden goose like Arcane, I'm probably not gonna watch it since I have zero clue about the game or like the universe. We should be glad that they didn't do that. What if they actually did a good job though? Imagine the hype. Imagine how many new people would get into World of Warcraft because of that alone. That would be really cool. Overwatch Netflix show. Oh no. Actually, like about what? Like I wonder, what's the lore in Overwatch? Isn't it just like a shooter game and like you pick heroes and you fuck with each other? Like what's the lore there? And every like all the PvE content I've seen there, to be honest, I've never played Overwatch myself, but all the PvE content I've seen, they just fighting robots, and this is, yeah, I don't know. There are very little things that are more cringe than just fighting endless robots. Devil May Cry on PS2, and that was 20 years ago. 20 years ago? Yeah, you're not that old. Good guy fight robot wars. Good guy got disbanded. Now new evil guys come. Good guys come back. Nice. Rich. Very rich. Maybe there is just no lore. They should abandon it and focus on WoW. How come do we not have like a full pre-rendered cinematic with Zaltaf tools in it? Like, how come that's not a thing? We got 3 cinematics during BFA of like old Sourfang's ass, and like we don't have even one of Zaltaf? You guys kidding me? That cannot be serious. Get the cinematic team working overtime now. Zelda literally going spicy. Oh, dude, Aleri is just like another one. The most like uninteresting character in this reality, I think. You guys see anything interesting about her ever? Like, do you feel like she's an interesting character? Maybe I'm just too critical. AOI fanfiction fans were running had more elaborate lore than Blizzard. Isn't it something? Oh yeah, people who are like writing Raffion and doing fan fictions are like definitely doing way more creative job than Blizzard. What if it's just like hard to tell the story there though? Like what if they kind of came up with a very very interesting story, but it's just impossible to tell it well due to the format? Kind of the MMORPG game. I can see that being a thing. Actually, like, what if just the chances of what if in this stream right now there is like a Blizzard writer who like writes for the lore and he's like sitting there fuming right now because we don't know how good the lore, like the storytelling actually is. It is like about to come and like they're about to tell it, but or maybe they feel bad for it. But it's actually good, but they cannot tell it. They cannot manage to tell it well. Elaborate YouTube video about how Roche failed their marketing And lore side so bad. Did YouTube pitch? I can imagine that kind of a video, like an essay kind of video. A lot of people do those now. I feel like that's kind of like that's a very popular format. Especially if you're talking shit about something. Oh yeah, make that video. They're gonna do well. You know, like the downfall of insert name here. Oh, just for friends? Gotcha. Friends that are super passionate about Overwatch, God bless. God bless those people. Character so it feels like an OC insert rather than being inside the Overwatch world. I don't even know what the Overwatch world is supposed to mean, to be honest. How did I want to invest into making competitor MOBA to Riot? Because it was just washed up arena from Bird View. I feel like people really liked HOTS though. And I mean, it just the genre sucks. Like MOBAs are not profitable at all. Hey Mappa, hey evening. Overwatch has lore. Yeah, I guess besides all the porn, it also has some lore. Yeah, I also didn't like that they did the MOBA kind of like, mm, you know, all the Blizzard shit combined, not just World of Warcraft. I also didn't like that. No, we haven't had any new Frogs outfits in a while. This one's ain't new. So nice that the devs made some story for all the porn there. Yeah, gave a little bit more context, more spice to the actual content. Give it more effort into the K-pop girl collab than the game itself. I mean, marketing. Isn't it? I've heard it somewhere that it's not rare for budget for marketing to exceed the budget for the product itself. Yeah, I've never played Overwatch, and even I heard how terrible Overwatch 2 was whenever it first came out. I don't know, hearing about stuff like that just makes me happy that I'm not playing anything but WoW. Just like, wow, I avoided so much pain. I was talking to my old friend um, earlier this morning, and he was just telling me how terrible PoE 2 was. And I was like, damn, thank God I don't have to play that stuff. I almost wanted to start one day. I would have been mad now as well. Thank God I don't have to, I can just play WoW. Oh yeah, Lemon, I saw that on Twitter today that apparently Elon streamed PoE 2. He couldn't get past the introductory boss, and then he rage quit his own stream. Is that true? Oh my god. Like, is that legitimately true? Yeah? Dude, that is insane. Like, if that's true, imagine being the wealthiest person in the world and molding and not being able to kill like some introductory boss in some video game. That is, and the craziest part is to being affected by it so much. Like, why on earth would you care, bro? You can buy all the people in the chat and their parents too. So when he's in game chat and he had to ignore from person to okay, that's kind of funny. He died on trial. Yeah, like, how you also beat that bad though too? That's kind of crazy. Hey Carlos, you're welcome. What's new? Painting a panda warrior who's fighting for its life. Doing some World of Warcraft art, feeling cute. You know, trying to do our best. What about you, my man? Just want to be likable in gaming community so bad. Yeah, that's pretty nuts why he would want to do that. Love it even if we're not my cup of tea. Nice, I'm glad you like it. Dude, I used to like not be into furries as well and like kind of hate them to even to a regard. And then like while painting them, I just realized that it's the same, you're just giving a little bit different parameters as people, and it's like it's even like harder and more challenging to showcase like emotions and facial expressions with furry characters. So like now I even prefer them for the most part because they're more interesting. I mean, I have my preferences too. Like I like drag fears, dragon people, like them for the most part, but other furry races too. Also, kind of, I never had like negative feelings towards Warcraft furries. Because to me, like a random furry original character is kind of that is kind of like something that I never understood. Like you could have designed like a human character for yourself and get like a furry, but I feel like furries and WoW they like have like they're totally just different. For example, Taurens, they never, people never thought about them as furries, right? Even though they technically are. They've been there from Warcraft 3, they're just like massive, those like huge dudes. Nobody thought about them as furries. Dragon people in bold game freeze. How they called? Dragonborn. Oh. Oh no, I don't like them. The fuck? What's up with their hair? I feel like their head is too big for them to look man. Okay, I don't like. I actually like drag fears even more. I see what you like about them. They're kind of like. Maybe I don't even see what you like about them. The guy who I'm mentoring was painting one of these recently. Recognize the face shape. Like it because of you like it more because of the challenge if you like advance in your journey with that. Yeah, and also like as I actually got better in painting them, I also realized that they are um like they can exceed what like a human character can show. Like characteristic of a human character can only like show you so much. And I feel like whenever there's a little bit of like this animal um kind of how to say that vibe involved, like it can showcase way more of like a whatever feeling you want to show. I don't know if that made any sense. So for art, they're pretty much like they're incredible, especially to work on them. I really like it. But it's been years of me kind of like going for this. Being an artist made me free, I guess. I think without art, I would probably just clown on it. But it's so easy to draw things since you don't have to worry about tiny facial features like in humans. Oh, dude, I think you do. I think you do. They have all the same and even more facial features. Kissy Hot Elf has an imperfect on her face, you'd notice, but on a furry. Dude, I feel like it's easy to make a cutesy hot elf than it is to make a cutesy hot panda girl. Just because, like, how many girls you've painted in your life? Probably, like, hundreds. How many cute pandas you've painted in your life? Okay, maybe, like, none yet, right? Red panda race in WoW? Ooh. Where would they get them, though? It's like another allied race that is kind of like, you know, kind of like we have a lot of dwarves and you have like pandas, but red pandas. Damn, that would be nice. You got them already? You mean like the coloring for the normal pandas? Is there such a coloring? Maran pandas are small though. Like maybe there would be like totally different species there. With red pandas. Can't wait for the next dwarf ally race. Oh yeah, white dwarfs. Oh no. We get all the elements. Green dwarfs with roots. Those will come like in from the root lens. Whatever. Um Yellow dwarfs, just like ember dwarfs, right? From the Panda Land. Technical instead of beards. That would be interesting. An ogre? No. No, not even once. Actually, I didn't even think about that. An ogre. You felt with how the things are going, I feel like I would get requested to paint that before I would get to paint it to request before I get requested to paint a mechanom. The mechanom's even rarer. Right, I think it's been 3 hours. I feel like we should be done with this for today. Great progress, to be honest. Like this is very nice. Having this done in 3 hours, I'm so confident about tomorrow. Tomorrow gonna be just straight up 3 hours of rendering on this. It's gonna be incredible. Good night, Hollow. So what we gonna do now is we're gonna do some feedback. Right, cat. I hope you're ready, sunshine. Let me save this. So I need to open it first. How big is the file you were sending? Oh. 13,000 pixels? What? What? Alright. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Where is this? Cute critique. Alright, it's time to start recording before I forget. Oh, I forgot to turn this off. Okay. So let's get some critique going. Bro, this is... Where is it? Image resolution. Half of that, bro. Half of that is enough. But okay. So let's see. I don't see major issues with it. Besides rendering the drug fear. I think she's better done than the drug fear. Having relight source, a clear contrast had their toll. Let me know if I did something bad theory wise or need some practice on drug fear anatomy. Alright, got you. So I think just general feedback is what I'm gonna get into. So, okay. Alright, first of all, I like the white canvas. I feel like the composition overall is pretty good. I actually have some of a similar piece that I'm working on, so I'm gonna show you that right away. This one, also with a drag fear. This one, also with kind of like bright background and like characters back to back, you know, like fighting something off, something that is kind of like off canvas. So when it comes to this and feeding drag fear in, yeah, there was the little cat. I feel like you can go for wings kind of going like this, but you have to make them more similar. The other thing you can do is to make his wings like go this way normally, but the elf should be like a little bit different standing. If you know what I mean. But I feel like this, the way you kind of doing the wings, gonna be better. Alright. Where should I even start? There's so much I can say. So first of all, let's talk about Drakfir anatomy, because that's what you've been asking about the most. First, let's do the wings. That's definitely what I want to kind of focus on here. For the wings, I would do them symmetrical, sorta, and like lower. Damn, you have such a variety of colors here. That might even go up to here. Yeah, that wing actually might be even lower than that. While I'm painting this, gonna tell you right away, it might even go like somewhere in here, you know? Gonna tell you right away, I feel like you went a little bit too much on on the way how much things change their color based on the lighting. Like, for example, you had your wings being like totally different colors, and it's like, what really is the color? I imagine the color is kind of like this kind of like dark red is what like structures have in their color variation. Guess this is something that I can touch on as well. Right, so have it something like this. Wait, didn't I mute River? Did you hear the sneeze? Alright, so the next about the anatomy. I would make their neck way slimmer. This is just the thing that we talked about, not like furry anatomy, like kind of anthropomorphic creature anatomy. It is so much like complicated than the human anatomy in my mind, because it's like morphing two of these. So like, it's hard to even like put into words how much different it would be. What I really like doing is kind of making the face, like their muzzle, kind of like almost like bulkier with like way more prominent like jawline. A little bit less on how it is in game, if that makes sense. And then placing it a little bit kind of like this. Or even make it smaller too. If you make their head big, they don't look bulkier. And they don't have to look very bulky, but like this will kind of, at least it will bulk up their torso there. Okay, what were you going for in the beginning? Him just having the fire in one hand. So I have like a huge issue with like them just having their magic out like this. But okay, we're gonna run with this if this is what you decided to look at. But in general, I would kind of go against that. Like it just like seems kind of, it's like a cheap trick, you know, like a cheap shot in illustration. But even if you decided to go for this, I would try to make it seem like not the focus of the illustration. Also, remember I was trying to explain you briefly on like one of the previous streams how he would have like his shoulders, kind of like his neck going into his shoulder. Yes, cut it, unless you mean the pose overall. Oh yeah. It's both, dude. It's both the pose overall and like the just effect from just coming out from the hand itself. Well, let me kind of continue on the anatomy. I would also just like increase more curvature. So like, let's say the rib cage will be like very out like this. I'm gonna draw him naked just so you understand the anatomy. Obviously it's not what you would want to do like in the work itself, right? So this is kind of like almost what I'm talking about. The, you know, the neck going into the shoulders and the shoulders being kind of very low compared to, you see like how the human, like she has like her neck here and the shoulders already here. Like it will kind of go very, very low before it actually gets to the shoulder area. And even though they would not be like very buff, they will seem like, you know, this like slim but like also ripped physique that like tall people can have. Like this kind of a physique that I'm talking about with them. And one more thing that I'm noticing again, Kat, is that you kind of go so heavy on like saturation and like especially like it just gets hard to control at that point. Like whenever you're painting and like this color is so saturated here and this is so saturated here, like to jump from one to another, you would not have like a seamless transition. It would always be like so much pain to like merge those colors together. Compared to if you were working with way, way less saturated colors, you would have had like such an easier time doing it. Just thinking like, what pose can I do here for you on this? Wait, does this sound at least somewhat like you can understand this? Like what I'm doing with the anatomy there? I also have this like my favorite thing to do. It's like whenever they have their pec insert over their biceps here. Like wait, is it the other way? I almost forget what is it. Or like the biceps. Oh, only it's the biceps. I think it's the bicep that like inserts over the pec here. Yeah, you made him a little too human. So like, what I would do if I was you, I would kind of do just his like general anatomy that like that, and then put on the clothes because it would be just so much easier. Also, the wings are actually gigantic. Like you kind of had them pretty small. Like they would actually cover like a big portion of the piece. Maybe this wouldn't be there. You'd also have a tail too, but like just in general, and also like you're always creating movement with whatever shapes you're doing, and this is like there is the movement's kind of going everywhere. Like this is pointing here, the wings are pointing here, here. His vision is pointing forward, hers pointing there, the fire is going there. It's just chaos. Like so, I would have tried to kind of like make it at least go in one direction. So even him looking here, it may be like the fire Like whatever, if they insist on like a very, very saturated fire like this. Maybe like the whole movement with him will really just create this direction, you know? Because look at it, like the horns plus the view here, the fire here, all this here. Hello, Sanims. So enjoying drug fear could be very helpful to do short research and study on how other people draw them, maybe check on how Blizzard themselves draw them. I wouldn't say it's a minor thing, I think it's massive, this kind of anatomy. To be honest though, I don't really like how Blizzard draw them themselves. Like, if I'm being honest, I took my inspiration from some other, like, dragon, human, anthropomorphic characters, not from drug fears themselves. And then I just saw some, like, bulky dragon guy. I saw some features of him, and then I thought, like, what if I just make that, but, like, much, much slimmer, you know, like, the same stuff, but, like, just... The guy didn't take testosterone for, like, 20 years. Never thought about direction? Yeah, I remember telling you about it in the FF14 piece as well. But, dude, it's huge. The direction stuff, that's everything about the illustration. Like, this is what we illustrators do. And also, I guess what's gonna be very helpful to you is how, like, stuff like this, like fire, would affect color. So let's imagine that this red is kind of like its natural color, right? What did I do here with the wing? Let's imagine it being like this. And then you have some, like, even like bright fire here or whatever. It wouldn't be like, it wouldn't change the color completely. It would just, like, imagine just a little bit of it, dude. You don't have to indicate so much. You can just indicate a little bit on kind of like how it would light. It wouldn't even light the whole face. It would like maybe a little bit of the chin here, maybe a little bit on the bicep, maybe like a little bit of a rim light here. Just don't go crazy on it. Like, it wouldn't impact anything so much. I even downplay it so much in my art, like, for the most part. And also when it comes to the movement, sometimes I even, like, do some stuff that, like, sacrifices the shape, or like realistic, how realistic the shape looks, just to create more of this movement. So let's say what I would do, for example, you see how the, like, this is, for example, how your ear goes here. What I would do is I would kind of like do the neck almost go into the ear. And then I would do this, kind of almost like following through from the, like it's one line like this. Because if you have 3 separate lines, then it's just gonna be like, oh my god, this is gonna be too much, you know, too much lines going everywhere. So we simplify, we kind of combine shapes, and we make them, you know, like, we make so it, like, just pretty much one, like, the whole character is just movement in this direction. And then what else we can do? We can have our second character stand there, right? Which I can say analysis on Vlob's art. You notice he barely puts reflective light on things, but if he does, very strategically. Yeah, like, you can, dude, you definitely overdid it, my man. Like, this is too much. The fire too, maybe I can tell you how to paint some kind of fire. It's actually incredibly simple. It's like literally like 2 brush strokes is what it takes. It's hard to explain though, like, I don't know how to even put it into words. So, like, let's say, first of all, you kind of just do the general shape. That's the main thing. That's the most important part that you can do, is just to have the general shape. And it also comes to the direction. Like, you don't want for it to just go somewhere. So just, like, play around with it. Like, don't have it, like, being too hairy, too messy. And then for the actual, like, the way to lighten it, I just do color dodge. And usually fire is kind of like, it's kind of bright towards the end, I think. Because, like, usually fire goes from, like, red at the bottom, maybe brighter red, then kind of like into orange, into yellow, and then the very peak of the flame would be like almost white, right? This is kind of how it would look. At least I think, to be honest, I've never even studied fire. I remember trying to study it and then getting bored and then stopped studying it. So this is from whom you're listening for advice. Just so you know. But this, at least that's how I do fire. It looks alright. It looks realistic. Especially with some kind of magic fire. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. But like, at least make some volume in there. Like, make at least some depth in this like magic or whatever they're doing. It's not even supposed to be realistic fire. It's supposed to be at least, you know, like some kind of magic that is going on off his hand. Right, so heavy like this, and then kind of like heavier on shapes, less on like transition between the texture and stuff like that you have. So this is what I would do with the guy, with the drug fear. Also, I guess I can touch on the girl a little bit more. So what I would have done is, she is supposed to be smaller, but so you see like the direction we create with the drug fear here. I would kind of try to like maybe stop it with her, or like to play along with it a little bit. See if you have her pose like this, which is actually a pretty good pose. I like that you don't just have her standing there right next to him facing us. I like that. But I would kind of play into that a little bit more. Ear is definitely a little too thin. This is actually facial angle that I struggle a lot with myself. So this is quite challenging. It is, I find it challenging. My sister loves this angle, to paint faces from this angle. She fucking loves it. She paints it all the time. But yeah, I would kinda correct it a lot here. And also like work kinda on the shapes, like just have it be a little more pointy here. You see how this like line, it goes from like this to this to this. There is no like direction there. Just like boom. Imagine like simplifying it all at once. And like this is something that I'm really trying to pay attention to myself in my art recently. It's very hard to do, bro. This stuff is like, I don't know, maybe it's easier for other people, but I feel like this is incredibly hard. However, if you do it right, oh my god, dude, the e-girls, they message you all the time, you know? They tell you how great you smell, how great you look. They'll even neglect the time where you haven't washed your hair in the past. They'll forget it all, dude. Just do the shapes right. What I did was thrown a Sarah's head into Blender as guide, not an easy face and beard. Yeah, and then I guess for her pose as well. The poses he's talking about, dude. I'm trying to motivate. Trying to motivate Cat and give him more energy to work on the art. We all need it. Don't tell we don't. And then for her pose, I would also kind of go with something more interesting. Maybe she would kind of be like a little bit of this turn. showing one shoulder to us. Well, let me just like kind of get rid of this real quick. Maybe she would have like her. Just trying to imagine. And then the hand with the fire would kind of go in here. You probably wouldn't even see her. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe you would have her even not as close to the director, so we can see a little bit more of her. Even if she would show her back, pretty much, to us. I'm just thinking one leg will pick. I don't know if you see the pose that I'm trying to go for. Kind of like this. With two hands, but we would only see one. Maybe we have the fire there from the other one, but very unlikely. This kind of plays more into them stating that back to back to each other. You know, and creating this like movement, like this and this. Does it make sense, Kat? Be more difficult to figure for sure. Yeah, I guess, I don't know if this is like what you needed by this critique. It just, I mean, her pose is generally good. I think the shoulders are just too close to the neck, and the head shape was a little bit off, like the face shape. It is definitely a lot of redoing though. Like I'm kind of reimagining a lot of things when it comes to poses for this piece. So like if you wanted to follow through with this, you would have to pretty much rework both your characters. And I don't know if that's that is probably not what you wanted to hear. Gotta admit that. It's kind of bad on my part. But you mentioned poses the most. I think that's what I could have done. Like I don't know what else I could have done. And I'm just try to show you, like, the poses are kind of like they're the same as all the magic effect and stuff like that. Like they're important to set the direction in the piece to with. Other than that, I need to work a lot more on the poses and shapes before rendering and the lighting. Dude, 100%. Like, I don't even get into rendering before I set up this stuff. Like, why do you think all the silhouette things that I'm working on in the beginning of the piece, like in the beginning of the stream, that's every time. This is what I'm doing, trying to create this like movement, or, like gesture, looking for these like shapes that would be like seamless, like this. Oh, Gaston. Yeah, welcome. And also you mentioned like scales and like rendering on drug here. I guess I have a little time left. I can show you that. So for example, on drug fear, there is actually the rendering on them is quite simplistic if you just follow like a couple of steps. So I first have like a kind of almost an underpaint layer, and then I paint like some scales like this, leaving like a little bit of space behind between them. And then to even emphasize that, sometimes I go and like I actually kind of emphasize that space between them a little bit more. Maybe like VV different here or something, you know, like this. And if you do this consistently enough, you don't have to do it everywhere. For example, they wouldn't have like scales on the bottom jaw, as much as I know. For example, here on the wing, right, you have this. Might take a little bit darker hue, like do a little bit of this, do a little bit of this pass with scales. You can do it with any color. You can try to play around with the range. Usually don't really go crazy on the range. Like have them be like this, pretty like close to each other. Like that. So don't like take this black and like shade it like this so it's like noticeable. No, like have them be just like skin variation, you know, like not that much visible. Darker dots more or less. Not like darker dots. They're not dots, they're like scales. So imagine if this is like the upper layer, I guess. This is the surface, and the bright stuff is like kind of what's underneath it. And you're just like uncovering it a little bit. Right, so for example, okay, here I guess would be a great example. So the inner part usually, I think it doesn't have any scales. I mean, it does, but like they're not as bulky as this ones. So like it wouldn't even have them. At least they wouldn't be visible. So they, you know, imagine that this is like, you know, kind of like an open flesh, like this blue part. And the scales are kind of here. They're covering all this side. So you see how this looks like? It just doing a little bit on the edge already makes, like, create this, like, thing. You can go super in depth, you can render all the surfaces like this. Or you can do, like, the bare minimum, just do it on the edges. That would also be, like, that would also be a lot, if you just do that. And yeah, kind of look at the in-game references where they have them and where they don't. They actually have those like on, you know, quite a few spots, but not on everything. Yeah, and like other areas can be kind of more or less just slick. You get it? Nice. Nice. The lighting would go between them instead of on top of them, and define between them instead of on top of them. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Because, you know, like I'm doing the same stuff here, and they don't get the light going on top of them. They're like they get a rim light, so this is the rim light hit them. This is so not contrasted compared to your piece. Like look how quickly you jump from like the dark to the whitest white, and I have just like everything in mid tones pretty much. But yeah, I'm thinking that they're all in shadow. It's just like a little bit of rim light maybe here and there. You definitely go between them. Have them pretty much, yeah, have them in shadow. Just like what else you can definitely do here is they're already pretty dark just because you go crazy on contrast, but like just have it be somewhat like this. So they stand out even more. The Dracula was kind of fine with how dark he was already. Maybe the wing. Yeah, like next time cut down on saturation, brother. You doing saturation's getting out of control. That's for sure. Alright, so to summarize this one, Drag Fear Anatomy make them kind of buffed by slim at the same time. Face a little smaller and kind of like built into the neck, if that makes sense. And also like the neck kind of bleeding into the shoulders, biceps bleeding into the pecs. Just this like very slim anatomy. Wings bigger and kind of, you know, just respect that they're actually they like take up a lot of space. Like in reality, like they'll be just gigantic. They're just not that small, so they can fit there. Just respect them as like separate limbs. You know, like you wouldn't just put your arm like, you know, next to your body like this, like it has no volume. No, it's like it's giant thing. So respect how big they are, and also try to think of a pose with wings in mind. Like you cannot ignore them. This one, okay, so I should have written that in. Let me just save it first. I started doing the recap without writing it down. That was a mistake. Let me do first. Drag Fear Anatomy. Slimmer. Muscles bleed into each other. Next thing. Poses. Should set direction as well as special effect. How do people call them? Special effects? CE? Is that a thing? Calm down on saturation is another thing that I would say. Visual effects, that's actually, yeah, VFX. Good, thank you. Thank you, River. Calm down on saturation, what else? Oh yeah. Color of VFX would not affect local color that much. I thought it was visual effect, River. CFX. Oh no, I don't know. I'll just write it down as VFX, whatever. So yeah, practice Drag Fear Anatomy, slimmer muscles bleed into each other and stuff like that. Poses should create directions as well as the, the visual effects too. Visual effects should not affect the color of, whatever thing you're doing that much. You can still understand what the local color is. It wouldn't go that far. And also just in general calm down on the saturation and the contrast, because it's so hard to control whenever you have like the local color of this being like pitch black, and then next to it it's just like mid-tone next to like a just pure white. You're making it so much harder on yourself to just control the whole situation. It's not even a style thing, it's just like very hard. So yeah, this is what it would be about. Question? Yeah, what up? What up? What's the question, Kat? Let's hear the question. Let's hear the question. When I do the blue far and add paint of blue on some key areas, or just add overall blue around, but it makes it very slightly visible. When I do the blue far, do I add faint of blue on some key areas, or add it to overall blue around, but just make it very slightly visible? What do you mean by adding a faint of blue on some key areas? So like whenever you're doing this element here, right? And it would just, imagine this thing just like as a source of light. So it would probably light the hand that like he's holding it in, like whatever the closest to it. So like maybe his like chest, whatever. Some wings will catch it a little bit. Yeah, just imagine like it just produces light pretty much, and it can be quite bright, but like not just super bright. I made everything too blue. Was there blue everywhere? Saturation, how much area touches? What's the issues that I made everything too blue? Yeah, you made it affect it too much. So like, let's say it shines here. Just make it like this maximum. Like this is already enough. So like from this to this is enough, right? So what you did, you did like the dragon is supposed to be. I don't even like that. That's the thing that what you did. I don't even know what color the dragon is supposed to be. Cause like I assume it's like here. I assume it's this kind of reddish, dark red, and then here just like purely purple, right? Like and here it's orange. One more question, yes. Did I do metal fine? I assume this is the only metal. And or this. I would say again you went too hard on the saturation. And there is no enough shadow here. Like it's pretty much all light. If you wanted to shade this, like you would kind of, first of all, it definitely wouldn't, like the light here, you definitely wouldn't reach it. I would just kind of make it dark, way less saturation. To be honest, this I would paint is it like fully in shadow, just like for this part, like nothing would reach it. So the way I would do it, I'll probably just introduce some kind of cool top-down reflected light as well. I mean, this is how I would paint it, pretty much. So I see kind of no shadow in here. This is like just all light that it catches, and it definitely you over um emphasize like how much this light affects everything. So you have this like touching the chain, you have this touching this corner. It wouldn't reach there. You have the flame touching it too. It wouldn't reach it. I mean, this would reflect something, but also the way you painted it is kind of... I feel like it's all over the place. Like, for example, this is definitely, you know, you should be in front of this. So, like, if there is a light coming from this direction, as I mentioned already, like, I would first make it dark, and then I would add it. Then I would add a reflection. And then it's rotating towards, like, other light sources or whatever, like, it's gonna get less dark. Yeah, metal is tough to kind of understand first, but then once you get it, it's gonna get easier. Right, so I think this is gonna be all for the Q critique and also all for the stream today. It's 12:30 a.m. and I haven't had a dinner yet, so I'm pretty much gonna go chill out. I thank you all for attending the Q stream today, Sunshines. Love you.